Hey, I'm Dan Persons. You want to know what's going on in genre? Here's what's going on in genre. Helena Bonham Carter has been cast as the fairy godmother in Disney's live-action version of Cinderella. That's not her as the fairy godmother, that's her as the Red Queen in Alice in Wonderland. The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that the character will have a greater presence in this film. She'll be a bigger woman who watches over Cinderella before revealing herself as the fairy godmother. Hollywood Reporter is sort of suggesting this as a new wrinkle. From my watching of the Tonys this year, not so sure about that. Seems the Roger and Hammerstein version played this beat as well. Kenneth Branagh will be directing this one. His experience with genre film is somewhat spotty. Thor, let's not talk about Frankenstein. Lily James of Wrath of the Titans will be Cinderella. Cate Blanchett will be the Wicked Stepmother. Richard Madden, Robb Stark of Game of Thrones, will be the handsome prince, because he's got a lot of time on his hands now. Any of you who've seen Game of Thrones know what I mean. Shooting is supposed to start this fall in London. And Poltergeist is coming back. And no, I'm not going to use the phrase. You know the one I mean. You're going to hear people using it a lot in the context of this particular story. I'm not that kind of guy. But the fact that I've harped on about it this much has made you think of it anyway, so it kind of boils down to the same thing. MGM is teaming up with 20th Century Fox for what they are calling a revisionist take on the 1982 original film. I'm not exactly sure what revisionist take means, but according to the studio, this is going to be about a family on the ropes moving into an outdated suburban home. I'm wondering if they mean like 1980s outdated, like in the original film, which, by the way, would make this yet another horror film that references the housing bubble. We got a lot of those last year. In any case, as in the original film, the family's kid gets kidnapped by malevolent spirits. And Gil Keenan of Monster House is directing this one. Monster House was a CG animated film, but with lots of spooky goings-on and a little bit scary, so I can see the connection here. David Lindsay of Bear is adapting the screenplay. He previously did Oz the Great and Powerful and Robots, and he is a Pulitzer-winning playwright for Rabbit Hole, as a matter of fact. This will be co-produced by Sam Raimi and Rob Tapert, and they did pretty well with the remake of Evil Dead, so the film's got that going for it, I think. By the way, just in case you didn't know, the original film was directed by Tobe Hooper and produced by Steven Spielberg. Rumor has it that Spielberg would sneak the entire cast back onto the set at night and refilm everything Hooper did during the day. Just like he did with Goodfellas. Don't tell Scorsese. Opening today is World War Z, the horror action thriller about Brad Pitt fighting zombies, and thank God it's opening today because I'm sick of seeing that trailer. But let's get a look now at Mark Forster talking about the personal challenges that protagonist Jerry Lane faces, and then let's get a look at a little clip of Jerry Lane facing some of those challenges.
Jerry Lane is a family guy. He's with his family, and you understand that he used to work in these places where crises exist, but now he sort of retreated more to focus on his family and live a more normal life. And as the outbreak occurs, he's getting contacted by his former employer, his former boss, and been asked to help and ultimately find the root of where it all began.
Mr. Undersecretary. Your secretary here says you were his best investigator when you were at the UN. We'll send you in with the team. Help Dr. Fossbach find whatever it is he needs.
Wrong. I wanted for the circumstances to speak for themselves.
Can't help you. Can't leave my family.
Take a look around here, Mr. Lane. Each and every one of these people are here because they serve a purpose. There's no room here for non-essential personnel. You want to help your family? Let's figure out how we stop this. It's your choice, Mr. Lane.
It's no big secret that this was a troubled production. One of the controversies about it apparently was that there was tension about what exactly the film was supposed to be. The book is more like an international political thriller. There was some talk that there was a desire for more action in it. From the clips that I've seen, it looks like they're going more towards the dramatic side, which I don't think is necessarily a bad idea, since I'm not sure how many CG animated shots of zombies piling up on top of each other we really need. So I am actually looking forward to checking this out. We will be discussing it on the Spotlight podcast, which you can pick up on Monday. And if that particular film does not fit your taste, there is also opening this weekend Monsters University, the prequel to Monsters Incorporated, and Maniac, the horror film with Elijah Wood as the Maniac. This will be in limited release. It is a remake of the William Lustig film, which I actually thought was pretty good. The original one was. This is being produced by Alexander Asia, so keep that in mind. I don't find that a particular disincentive, because I find his stuff usually interesting at the very least to check out. So that is it for now. Have a great weekend, and remember, you can check out more stuff over at cfqonline.com.